Hello, Aquarius. This is your new moon message regarding the new moon in Taurus. What are you meant to bring into solidification and groundedness within the next 28 days? All right, Aqua, let's find out what energetically Source would like you to know in regards to this new moon in Taurus. All right. Here we go. Wow. All right. So you got the Hierophant here, which is higher knowledge, higher learning. The High Priestess is here telling me that your third eye wants to be awakened to the knowledge or a guide. For some of you guys, you're meant to really trust the messages that you're getting from a Pisces, Aquarius, or a Capricorn. There's a message here of you going back to listening to your intuition the first time. There's an energy as well of you, okay, this is an offshoot energy that Source just say, don't borrow from Peter to pay Paul is one of the messages that I'm getting for my aquas. It's saying, if you find yourself doing things from an old energy, i.e., you're not connecting to your higher consciousness of knowing the right thing to do instead of the temporary thing to do right now to manage money, your emotion, or a temporary situation to try to take care of a bigger problem. Source says you are going to reap the karmic lesson again regarding this situation. You have a beautiful energy here of finally getting the message the first time, i.e., if you have an intuitive hit currently regarding something, Source says, trust it. If somebody has shown you their true colors, trust it the first time, not the second time, not the fifth time. Source is really asking my Aquariuses to be higher, to start choosing spirit over their ego. All right, let's find out, because there's something really beautiful here that you're meant to hear so that you can solidify a relationship, a job, a groundedness where you know that spirit is always on your side. All right, let's find out from Source an additional message from you, from Source. Let's find out the additional message from Source for Aqua. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, karma, and Venus, right? There is, you see what I'm saying? You have the High Priestess, you have the Hierophant, and you have the Sister of Wind. Now, the Sister of Wind to me is the little devil on your shoulder that may be going, yeah, but you know, I want to have my cake and the cherry and the icing, i.e., Source says, there may be a lesson here regarding relationships that you're meant to understand that something of value cannot be replaced by temporary beauty. You have a beautiful person showing up that you can have a long-term relationship with, but their heart must be beautiful. Not just them, but their heart must be beautiful. And the lesson that I'm getting for Aqua is their heart as beautiful as they look? There's a lesson there regarding that. Okay, what additional message can we give our Aquas? What additional message can we give our Aquariuses? Because when the Wheel of Fortune shows up, it means that there's an end of the cycle to the beginning of a cycle. Okay, so here's the end of the cycle. The end of the cycle is letting go of restriction and fear. Letting go of ugly situations for beautiful situations. Trusting that a pure heart will always be able to find another pure heart if they choose to pick a pure heart. But if you're attached to just having someone, then you're putting up with the energy of maybe ego. So Source says, trust to not intertwine your energy with heavy energy so that you can have higher love. Source has given me the song, Give Me a Higher Love, by Peter Gabriel. All right, let's find out how you can transcend this energy, Aqua, and align. Perspective, yeah. You see how in this picture there is a pawn that sees themselves as a knight or as a king. It says the perspective is all relative to what you give value to, right? Are you giving something more value than it actually has because of your ego? Because things of value are seen as something of value always, not just sometimes, not just depending on how somebody acts. Source says, be mindful of whether your heart or your ego are running the show. And you have a beautiful outcome if you choose your third eye and your higher self that knows something beautiful, even though it may not look beautiful to others. All right, beautifuls. Thank you.